Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 35 of What If Naruto Had Multiple People Sealed Inside of Him. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Naruto was from the two greatest clans and enjoy that guys. And over on Anime King 2 I post a new episode of What If Naruto Was a God Amongst Man, so go ahead and check it out and enjoy as well. And I also post a new series, What If Orochimaru Was Naruto's Father, so go ahead and check out that new series and enjoy guys. And remember, if you're new and it's the first time hearing my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So the last time we left off, Naruto, along with Tenten and Ino and Shikamaru, were sent on a mission to retrieve a ferret, as the people pay quite well to get back that ferret, as Naruto and his team headed off. When they finally captured the stupid ferret, Naruto realized that there was a stone in his stomach, as it was oozing with power, well, ki mostly, as 3 armored people attacked them, as they finished them off, but all of them had a stone as well. As the last one appeared and destroyed the ground beneath him and Naruto, as Naruto and him fall into a chasm. As Naruto hit his head and passed out, when he woke up, he was with the man that hired them for the mission to retrieve the ferret, as the ferret was with them. As Naruto talked to the boy that blew up the ground, and he introduced himself as Temujin, as both him and Naruto went back to his master, which was Heido, as Naruto read Heido's thoughts, as Heido wanted to use the crystal, place where the crystal originate, and that's bad because that place, if used wrong, has enough power to sink this world into a black hole, but only royal blood can activate it. As Gaara and Kankuro was there as well, seeing that they were near to the sand village, as Naruto contacted all the Fuhen members, as they told him to seal off that place immediately. So Naruto headed off, as he fought some of Temujin's friends, but he quickly took care of them as Gaara took care of the others. As they all went to the source, when they arrived there, Heido brought all of his soldiers with him, as the others took them on, as Naruto went down with Temujin, as Heido went down as well. As Naruto explained to Temujin that Heido was the one who killed his parents, because he wanted to use him because of his royal blood. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself, so let's start this new episode. No, you lie, said Temujin, as he couldn't believe that Heido was the one who killed his parents. Yes, I didn't take advantage of him. He came to me willingly. A fool, just like his parents. A utopia? Tuh. As Heido chuckled as he teared off his armor, as he transformed into his true form, a red-eyed horned demon. Master Heido, said Temujin, as Heido vanished and appeared in front of Temujin and shoved his hand right in his chest, ripping out the stone. I will take control of the mine and control all the... As Heido went silent, as a blade burst through his chest. You talk too much and you're ugly. You make a lousy villain, said Eva, as her body left Heido's shadow. Whoa, this place was really redecorated since I left it, Negi said as he walked past them. Now where is that control panel? It is several feet below that structure, Chachamaru told him. Who are you people? Kaiko asked. That guy is a creator of the source of the power of the stone, said Naruto. What? All non-Fuhen members yelled. Yeah, he made it because the world was dying. Then he had to leave for a few thousand years, and then look what happened, Chao said as she made her presence known. Heido did not want to give up so easily, as he was being frozen from the feet coming up by Eva's sword. as he blasted energy beam trying to kill Nege, but it missed and hit the ceiling. showing the vein. "You idiot," Negi yelled as a piece of debris crushed the control panel. "Cool, use your ring to stabilize it now," Naruto yelled as she quickly summoned her artifact. She spread her ki all over the area as she stabilized the vein. As Naruto walked over to Heido and quickly went through his brain, gaining all of his knowledge, sucking out his soul in the process, as Heido's body collapsed dead. "Who are you people?" Temujin asked, as Orochimaru healed him. "That's all you need to know," said Naruto. It did not take long for Negi to take control. As they sealed it away, in the end, Temujin and his people were allowed to leave, and with that their mission was over. Time skip. 3 months later, things were looking up for Naruto and the others. The group already have 8 pieces of the key fragment. They just need one more piece and the Grandmaster key will be perfected. And with them possessing that power, the Akatsuki will have no real power in this world. Seeing that Naruto already have a lot over them, and with his new advanced eyes, the normal Rinnegan is not able to keep up with him. The only piece they need right now is from the sixth tail, Utakata. That is why we have Naruto, Eva and Negi, as they were on the border near to Kiri, where the sixth tails has last been spotted, as Chao has created a device where they can sense the yokai in all tail beasts. Seeing that a lot was at the Fuhen compound, they got a lot there, and they sensed one far out in this distance. That is why Naruto, Eva and Negi went along. Meanwhile, we have the Akatsuki. The Akatsuki was low on power and everything. The masked man who called himself Madara was pissed. Itachi had went back to Konoha. He had fled back to Konoha after tricking them all this time. He has been working for that Namikaze brat. It's time that they take back control. A lot of the tail beasts are in Konoha. It's time they move to a full-blown attack. It doesn't matter if they will lose manpower in the attack. It's not like they're going to lose anyone alive, since Pain is going to send all of his 6 bodies there to destroy a great portion of Konoha and taking out most members as possible as they can. Because right now they need to make a bold move, or soon enough Konoha and that bastard, that Fuhen brat. So right now we have all the Akatsuki members standing in front of Tendo Pain. That is Sasuke Uchiha, as Sasuke had a pure vengeance of hatred in his heart, boiling for Naruto. He now has mastery over some of the techniques of the Mangita Sharingan, seeing that Orochimaru has been helping him. Besides Sasuke, we have Orochimaru, along with Deidara and Sasori, as Sasori really hated Orochimaru, as he despised them bringing him back in to the ranks, even after he betrayed them, but the leader told them that he needed Orochimaru. Besides them, we had Kakazu and Hidan. And that is it for the Akatsuki right here, seeing that Naruto took out Kisame and also Zetsu, their best spy, and the rest of the body of Pains are back with him, and the masked man is currently with the real Nagato, as Konan is there as well. Konan remembered what Naruto said to her in the past, but she couldn't tell anyone about it, and he was right. Pain is changing, his ideals are changing, his head is being messed up by this masked man, and she wanted to inform Naruto about this, as he was right. She understands that now. Power is corrupting him, and this masked man is a big part of that. So she decided that she has to do what is right, not just for her sake, but for his. And Yaiko didn't want the Akatsuki to turn like this, and this masked man is corrupting the Akatsuki, and she will not stand for it anymore. That is why we currently have a paper clone heading to Konoha. It took a while, but it finally got here. Tsunade was currently in her office, as Naruto and the others are out, searching for the 6 tails. She then felt a cool breeze blow through the window. As papers fly through the window, Tsunade quickly went on guard as the envoys in the room quickly came in front of her. As the paper formed a blue-haired woman, Tsunade narrowed her eyes as she saw the piercing. Could it be? Naruto had told her that he talked to Konan. As Tsunade narrowed her eyes, it was her. Back then, those 3 kids. Stand down, said Tsunade, as the envoys looked at her. Stand down, Tsunade said, as they dashed away, but they were still there in the shadows. You recognize me? Conan asks. Yes, I do, said Tsunade. You were one of those kids back then. Yes, I am, she said. So, I'm guessing the reason why you're here is because you saw that Naruto was telling the truth, right? Yes, a long while back he came to me. He told me his name, but I couldn't tell anyone about it, so how am I talking to you? Well, that's because we and Naruto have a psychic bond. So, you can talk to us about it but no others. Alright, Conan said. I believe him. He's being corrupted by that masked man. You mean Madara Uchiha? Yes, that is what he called himself. And I have to do the right thing for his sake and Yaiko's. Yaiko wouldn't want to see him turn out this way. Yaiko was the one who started the Akatsuki, and he don't want to see it in this state. That man has corrupted everything, and he has also corrupted Nagato. Naruto told me that he could set him free. And I have come to you because I believe it's time that I take him up on that offer. Because soon enough the Akatsuki will attack Konoha. All of them are coming here. The younger Uchiha called himself Sasuke Uchiha. He has a great vengeance against Naruto. That is one of the reasons why they're coming here. They want Naruto dead. They figure if they get him out of the way and could take out a few of the Fuhen clan, as rumors are going around that the clan is the strongest clan to ever exist. It would be easy pickings for them to get all of the tail beasts. And you're just willingly giving me all of this information, said Tsunade. Betraying your friends that are part of the Akatsuki. Why wouldn't I think you're betraying me as well? Because I'm not. I realize what Naruto said is true. He's really changed. Yaiko never developed the Akatsuki for that reason. The Akatsuki was at first to bring peace to the Hidden Reign. But now look what we are. We're something different, we're something dark. Tsunade narrowed her eyes at her. It seems like Jiraiya was right about her. She's just confused and misguided. But unbeknownst to any of them, the masked man was planning for all of this. As there was a lot of white Zetsu spore in Konoha, as the masked man had allowed one of the white Zetsus to go back there and planted a lot of them, so they could gather all information they can before he released his strike. He wasn't dumb, going to attack Konoha at their strongest. He was going to wait until it was weakened, and this was a perfect opportunity. Seeing that they lost their main watcher, Black Zetsu, they had white Zetsus all over the place, as they were deep in the ground to hide their senses and all that, as they were just basically earth, wood mainly. But they were hearing the conversation and everything, as they have learned everything that Naruto and the others has been up to, gathering all the other tail beasts. The masked man didn't understand what was these master key and all that, but he heard some glorious information. With a master key, he could reshape the world, as he really wanted to learn more. But from what he had heard, they already had 8 of them, and they were off to get Utakata. So, Yagura dying with the 3 tails, that was a lie. So the 3 tails is there. That means, if he was to attack and get all of them, he would also gain this master key, and could basically rewrite reality. As a smirk came on his face when he had heard about that. But now, he saw a white Zetsu clone came from the ground. As he walked away, "Where are you going?" asked the real Nagato, as Konan was standing there, narrowing her eyes at the masked man, as her clone was back at Konoha, giving Tsunade all the information. As the man walked off with white Zetsu. Well, you will never guess, but Konan is betraying us right now. What do you mean? The masked man asked. Well, she has a paper clone at Konoha, telling the Hokage all about what we're going to do soon, and attack their village. I am afraid your plan is screwed. Has the Hokage informed Naruto or the others yet? No, she's just there listening to all of the information. Then, we will attack right now, he said. What about her? The white Zetsu asked. Paper clones are not like shadow clones, where you can send back the memory to the others. She would have to gain back her papers and then to fuse in her body before she get the memories. As the masked man entered back the room. What happened? Nagata asked. I told you, nothing, he said. As he then turned to Konan. Are you ready for this? Konan narrowed her eyes at him. They never really have a talking relationship. Why was he talking to her like they were friends? As before she knew it, a swirling vortex started to suck her in and all of her papers as she tried to get away but she couldn't. Nagato then Naruto asked the masked man, "What the hell did you just do?" "Well, to inform you, your precious Konan has betrayed us." "What do you mean?" "Currently, a clone of hers is at Konoha, telling the Hokage all about our plan." "No, Konan would never do something like that." "Well, that is where you're wrong. That is exactly what she's doing." "I can't believe it," Nagato said. "That is why we need to move now." "What do you mean?" Nagato asked. "I mean right now, because if we move any slower, the others will arrive back at Konoha and everyone will be on alert." "But how do you expect all of us to get there?" "That is where I come in," said the masked man. "All of us are going to be transported into Konoha within seconds." "I guess it's time I show who I really am," he said, as he disappeared in a swirling vortex. "I guess it's time that I inform everyone who I really am." Seeing that Deidara already know, after their little battle with Itachi, he saw that Toby was talking different and acting different. But it's time that he tell everyone as he arrived in a swirling vortex. "Who is he?" asked Sasuke. "No time to explain, but just know, I am Madara Uchiha. I've been the real leader behind the Akatsuki all along." "Well, before you guys talk or discuss anything else, the plan has been found out, and if we're going to do this, we're going to strike right now." "Young Uchiha," he said, "you want revenge on Naruto after what he did to you. So I suggest you head to the Fuhen compound and incinerate everything there as soon as possible." Hearing that, Sasuke smiled as he remembered Naruto end his sex life. He could never have kids again because of that bastard who he wants dead. "We're going to hit Konoha with all that we've got." Meanwhile, at Konoha, Tsunade noticed a paper clone as she was looking around. "What's wrong?" asked Tsunade. "It's like the original me is not in this dimension anymore. I can no longer feel her chakra source." "What do you mean?" "Well, as a paper clone, I'm different from a normal shadow clone. I am connected to my wielder, but now I can no longer feel her chakra at all. I feel like she's leave this dimension." "You mean dead?" "No, she's not dead. It's just that she's in a..." As her eyes snapped open wide. "It can't be," she said. "What is it?" asked Nade. "Madara's space-time jutsu. I believe that is..." But then a huge explosion was heard in the village as Chao burst into the room. "Lady Hokage, we have intruders in the village." "What? Who?" "It's the Akatsuki." As Nade quickly rushed to the balcony, as she saw explosions were happening all around the village as everything was going off in a boom. "Lady Snavy, what is going on?" Hinata connected with Snavy. "We're under attack," said Snavy. Meanwhile, at the Fuhen compound, "What?" said Chisumi, as all of them rushed out of the compound. But at the gates they saw someone standing there, as he was wearing a cloak. "Amaterasu," he said, as the gate started to burn. Haku jumped outside as she went through handstand and slammed her hand on the ground, as a bunch of ice spears burst from the ground as they spiked up towards the person, but the person quickly jumped back as he said Amaterasu again, as the ice spears were enveloped by black flames. As the others quickly came out of the house. "We're really under attack? Who would dare come here and try to attack us? Even knowing that we have all of you guys," said Teiwaya, as she looked at the Kyuubi. "I don't know, but that person is surely dumb." "Wait, Sasuke?" Haku said, as all of them narrowed their eyes, as it was Sasuke who was using the Amaterasu. "I am gonna make Naruto wish that he never did this to me. I'm gonna make him pay by taking away the ones he loved the most." "Now," he said, "feel my wrath," as a purple glow started to come around him, but before it was formed completely, a devastating kick sent him flying, as Sasuke was beyond surprised. How did she get here so fast? As the kick was from Teiwaya, as Sasuke smashed into the side of a building, but he quickly picked up himself although he was in pain. As this time, he quickly created the Susanoo ribs around him, as the Kyuubi stepped forward as she raised her hand. "All hand to this," she said, holding off Teiwaya. "Stupid little boy, you have went and joined the Akatsuki," she said, as she looked at his robes. "Do you really think you can come here and harm us? Or even worse, Naruto? You made a stupid mistake. All of you, the Kyuubi said. Go ahead and help in the village. I will take care of this little brat. As Sasuke formed Susanoo, half of the body at least. Meanwhile, at the Uchiha compound, explosions rained down on the Uchiha compound as Itachi had to jump through the building. Itachi looked up to see Deidara with a smile on his face. Last time you got away, but now there's nowhere else for you to run, he said. He then had to dodge a huge fireball that came from his left. As Itachi turned as he saw it was his mother. We're under attack. I know, said Itachi, but I never thought he would come here for me. Always acting so arrogant and spoiled and stuck up just because you have those stupid eyes. You're not a god, said Deidara. As Itachi chuckled, I never knew that you were that envious. As Mikoto smirked, it seems like you really get on this guy bad side, my son. Son? Said Deidara with a smirk. Huh. You just gave me the perfect opportunity to show you that you're not a god. Even a god can be put down. I'm going to bring you to despair by killing your mother. Hearing that, Itachi's eyes snap as they quickly morph into the Sharingan. And then to the eternal monkey the Sharingan. Big mistake, said Mikoto. As Itachi said Amaterasu, as the black flames caught onto the bird. As he was sent spiraling down as he crashed near the Uchiha compound. In an instant, Itachi was in front of him, with his sword already in his hand rushing towards him. As Deidara got up and threw some spider towards him, as he said cats, they exploded. But when the smoke cleared, Itachi stood perfectly calm in his ribcage of his Susanoo. Itachi snapped his eyes to his left, as he sensed that chakra. As his mom looked over as well as she saw the skeleton form of a Susanoo. Is it him? She said as she looked at Itachi. As she ran off without saying anything else. And where do you think you're going? Said Deidara as he fired some snakes at her. But the snakes were quickly cut down by the swipe of Itachi's sword. You're fighting with me, said Itachi. Meanwhile, inside of the Fuhen compound, the house was entirely clear and empty right now. Seeing that, the masked man was now inside, as he was setting explosives all over the area. Triggered explosive, so he could see the show when it happened. As he finished phasing the last explosive into the wall, so they can't be seen so easily. And it's not like they're gonna check the same time they got back if someone tampered with the house. As he left the house with that smile on his face, he just wanted to make sure if that Namikaze brat get away today, he will have something home waiting for him. If he can't kill him, he would surely put him into pure despair. Currently, Nagato was in his own personal tree that Konan had created for him. Before, Madara sucked her away in his swirling vortex, as they already had the plan to come and attack Konoha, as her part of the plan was to create a stronghold where Nagato could be in a safe distance so he could control his path. But after that, she succumbed to realization that he was going too crazy with power, and this masked man is responsible for that, and the power will soon consume him. And what Naruto said to her clinked in her head every moment. He was right. She needed Naruto to come and set him free from all this madness and chaos. It is too much for him now. But meanwhile, Nagato was controlling his path. Things weren't going so good for him and his path. 3 of them were already killed. It seems like the Fuhen members and Konoha are really stronger than they thought. The only remaining path that is left behind was Tendo Pain. Revival Pain, as he is not given a chance to revive any other pain, seeing that he constantly has to dodge, as the Fuhen members were too much of a problem. And Absorption Pain was just teared in half by Anko with her shadow swords. As Pain realized they took on more than they could handle, it was best if they had used his unique power, the almighty push, and destroy a great portion of the village before they attack, so the village would be in chaos and destruction. But the reason they didn't do that because it was risk. To kill the Jinchuriki host, and the tailed beast will be reformed in years. And now that Madara found out that the 3 tails alive, they can move on with their plan. Meanwhile, with Tsunade, 3 more minutes, said Naruto as he was talking to her telepathically. As him, Nege, and Eva, they surrounded the 6 tails, as right now Naruto was extracting the last piece of the key, and that would be it. But Naruto was beyond pissed as he couldn't believe they decided now to attack that bastard Madara. But Naruto was also smirking, seeing that he had something to counter that attack of his, as Negi was holding down the Six Tails along with Eva, as they had their magic seal on it. As Naruto was searching through its mind, found it, said Naruto, as he pulled out the master key from it. Alright, done, he said, as both Negi and Eva started chant, as they sealed the Six Tails away for now until they can decide what to do with it. And with that, they all sink into shadows. A couple seconds later, the group arrived back at Konoha, as they were on top of the Hokage building. As they were looking around, smoke and fire was coming from the village, but at least it wasn't in total chaos. And there wasn't much fighting that is going on. Help as much as you can, said Naruto, as him and the others dashed away. Going through the village, Naruto saw that the Akatsuki was almost completely wiped out. He found Hinata and Teiwaya standing over a dead Sasori, as he was on the ground. As he just checked to make sure they're okay and he headed off. He then found Kakashi and Jiraiya standing over a dead Kakazu with all of his hearts destroyed. As he then found Chao and Chisame with the severed head of Hidan in a jar, as he was cursing up a storm. What are you guys gonna do with him? Naruto asks. As Chao smiled, as Naruto just gulped. He didn't like that smile, but the Akatsuki scum deserve what he gets. Meanwhile, Mikoto was looking at Sasuke with much anger on her face. You turned out even worse than him, she said. As Sasuke was looking at his mother, no, it can't be. After I heard what Itachi did, I thought it was a joke. And now I see you here. My mind. I must be really losing my mind, huh? Sasuke said, as he had a crazed look on his face. You can't be here, he said. He also had fresh wounds and blood all over his body, seeing that he just tried to take on the Nine Tails, and to say she beat him severely. But he was lucky. Mikoto was the one who came and told her not to kill him. I have heard about all their past actions, everything that you have done. Why did you have to turn out like him, she said, as she narrowed her eyes at Sasuke. It's because of him, Sasuke said. It's because of Naruto. Naruto was the one who brought me back to life. He's the one. He's the reason why I'm here. Itachi has also come back to us. And I want you to come home as well. I can't, Sasuke said. Why not, she asked. Because I foster my hatred. And I only foster it for one person. Him, Naruto Uzumaki himself. And after what you just told me, you're not real. You're just some kind of sick illusion that he's doing to mess with my head. So whoever you are, you can get the hell out of here, said Sasuke. I'm not an illusion, I'm your mother. My mother died a long time ago, when my brother slaughtered her and my entire clan. So whoever you are, get out of my head, Sasuke screamed. As Mikoto walked forward, Sasuke quickly activated Susanoo. She realized that he wasn't playing around, as he brought down the sword. As she jumped away, Sasuke, stop this, she said. As she realized that he has already used up so much of his chakra. If he don't stop this soon, he will die from chakra exhaustion. Please, she said. But Sasuke didn't listen. Amaterasu, he said, as he ignited the entire place with black flames. As Mikoto had to jump away a distance, as he kept on saying Amaterasu over and over. As she looked at her son, it seems like he's broken. He has gone insane. As Sasuke kept on saying Amaterasu over and over, igniting all of the buildings around him. Sasuke, she screamed, as Itachi landed beside her, as he dealt with Deidara before he could do anything extreme, seeing that he wanted to blow up himself. As Itachi saw his brother, as Itachi quickly activated his Susanoo, as he started to walk forward through all the black flames, going up through his brother. As Sasuke saw him coming and his anger increased even more, as he kept on screaming Amaterasu over and over. He then felt something click, as his hand went limp. Itachi quickly rushed over, as he grabbed Sasuke, as Sasuke collapsed in his arms, as his eyes slowly closing. He muttered a few words. "There is no turning back for me," he said, as his eyes slowly closed. Meanwhile, with Naruto, he arrived to the scene with Tendo Pain, as the Kyuubi was there, also Kushina, and the Ichibai, as the three of them had him surrounding. Even in their human forms, they're quite the fighter. As his shirt was torn, he raised his hands as he was about to say almighty push, when he stopped. "What's going on?" asked Kushina, as she walked over and nudged him, but his body collapsed on the ground. "What the hell?" she said. "Is he dead?" Naruto asked. "Naruto, you're here," said the Kyuubi, as she rushed over to him and hugged him. As the others came over, "Yeah, it looks like he's dead," said Kushina. "But what killed him?" she wondered. As Naruto narrowed his eyes, it seems like something happened to Nagato. Meanwhile, in the tree, the masked man currently had a rod sticking through Nagato's chest. As Nagato coughed up some blood. "Why?" Nagato asked. "Because you're no longer useful to me. You've done your part. Now it is my turn," he said, as he twisted the rod, as Nagato's eyes closed slowly. But he quickly extended his fingers as he removed the renegons, and with that he sucked himself away in a swirling vortex. Meanwhile, Naruto was standing over Nagato's body as Naruto pulled out one of the rods, as he held onto it, using his ki to search for the location of a chakra. But it was no more, it was cut off completely. That only means one thing: Nagato was dead. But why so suddenly? Naruto wondered as he looked around, as he saw the rest of the members, as Hinata, Negi, and the others walk up to him. "It seems like this invasion, or this attack, was a big failure," said Negi. "That's the thing," said Naruto. "They must knew that we have a lot of allies and great strength, and the Kyuubis. So why would they attack us so head-on? They must be stupider than we thought," said Hinata, as Naruto gave a small chuckle. "So, did you get it?" asked Chao as she appeared. "Oh yeah," said Naruto, as he showed them the final piece of the key. "Well, with this, we can surely change." As Naruto stopped talking, as he saw Mikato walk out with them, with Sasuke in her arms. "Naruto, I need your help," she said, as Naruto narrowed his eyes at her. "I need you to bring him back." As Itachi was there as well. "I know what I said, but I believe that he can change. He has just went through so much. He was corrupted by this village. And I believe with me and Itachi here now, we can change that. So I need you to help him. Please do it for me. I need you to bring him back." As Naruto narrowed his eyes at Mikato, he hated Sasuke, and he couldn't believe he was thinking of doing this. But probably, he wouldn't be so arrogant and stupid if his mother and his brother was here. As Nadia appeared, "Naruto, you finally got here," she said. "Well, it's over," said Naruto. "Was there any tragedy?" "I'm afraid some of the civilians died in the attack, seeing that they weren't rushed to the safe house fast enough." Naruto looked at Sasuke. "I will," he said, looking at Mikato, as she smiled. "As for the others," he said, as he activated his combination eyes. As he slammed his hand together, a white glow appeared around him. As the glow then started to extend and extend until it washed all over Konoha. As everyone saw some weird, white, floating things flying into the dead people. Their wounds were healed. As people started screaming as they saw the dead people getting back up. As they couldn't believe what they were seeing. As they didn't understand. As everyone quickly saw a white light fly straight up into the air. As most of them quickly rushed over to see where the light is coming from. This thing was giving back people life. Mikato watched as she saw Sasuke move a bit on the ground, as one of those white lights traveled right into him. As he slowly opened his eyes, as people watched, this was coming from the leader of the Fuhen clan. As Tsunade smiled, seeing that Naruto brought back everyone, even the civilians, as she thought he would hesitate at first, seeing that most of them usually treat him bad as a kid. But it seems like he's past that now. Key helped everyone in the village, including him. As Sasuke opened his eyes as he looked around. "What's going on?" he asked. Mikato rushed over to him as she hugged him. Sasuke narrowed his eyes and looked around. "How can this be?" I took my last breath," he said. As Naruto narrowed his eyes at Sasuke. "You're lucky, Uchiha," he said. As Sasuke's eyes went in rage. But Mikato quickly placed a hand on his shoulder. "Enough," she said. "You've done a lot of stupid things when I was away. No more. You have done a lot of crap, but I'm here now. And it's time that we talk and get things straightened out. And I've already talked to Itachi." "Itachi?" Sasuke said. "You will know soon what really happened that night. But for now you..." As Sasuke cut her off. "Wait," he said as he got up. He then walked away. As he was a distance away from the group. As he started to undo his pants and looked down. "Oh, they're fine," said Naruto. "My jutsu revive you. It also healed any permanent injury that was on you before." As Sasuke let out a sigh of relief. "You were the one that did it to me in the first place," he said. "Because you were arrogant and stupid. Now just be grateful. Because if it wasn't for your mom, you wouldn't even be here," said Naruto. Meanwhile, back at the hideout. "Well, it seems like they have betrayed us," said White Zetsu. "So, Orochimaru and his lackey are gone. Well, I knew that they wouldn't stay with us for too long. But what was the point of that? We lost all members of the Akatsuki. And now that you have taken care of Nagato, what now? The tailed beast will take years to reform. That is just time I will have to wait. I will learn how to control the Rinnegan ability in that time frame. But at least the Fu Hens won't be here," he said with a smirk. "Oh, I forgot about your little side project," said White Zetsu. "Well then, are we going to watch a firework tonight?" "Of course we are," he said. As he disappeared in a swirling vortex. Later that night, every Fu Hen member was in the conference room. Tsunade was sitting at the chair next to Naruto. "So, why have you called all of us here?" asked Tsunade. "Well, I'd like to go over our plans. We have the final step, to recreating back the Master Key. And with that, outside, the masked man appeared in a swirling vortex. As he was looking at the Fu Hen compound, a smirk on his face. White Zetsu came out of the ground. As the masked man smirked. "It's time that we watch a firework," he said, as he held up one hand sign. Back inside, Naruto heard something click like a seal activated. As he narrowed his eyes at the wall, he quickly activated his Byakugan. The moment he saw seals lighting up. Naruto couldn't get to finish that sentence as everything exploded. As the masked man watched from outside, as the entire house went up in flames. Everything destroyed, taking out a huge part of Konoha with it. That was enough explosion to wipe out a city block. As the masked man was now a distance away, watching everything with a smirk on his face. But guys, be ends episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share all of your friends in your social media platform. But for now, I'm out. Peace.